Oh, it is that day today, the 20th. Well, Biden's president. He is. He's the president. You know, I see a bunch of people doing that not my president hashtag floating around. It's like, come on, really? You guys are going to stoop to that level? Stoop down to the basically screeching of the left for the past 4 years? No. That's not going to work for me. Because I don't just sit and dwell on the past, you know? You got to move forward. You got to learn how to handle life and progress forward. You know, that's really that's what alphas do. You know, they set their path. You know, betas are the ones that are out worrying about others. What are we going to do now? He's not my president. Yes, he is. Unfortunately, he is. Sorry to say. I'm going to play a few songs. Maybe not right now. Maybe I'll light it up a little bit. Got my my other mic for the guitar. All right, I'm gonna play after the show. Look, guys. I'm gonna get into it. All right, we got Biden's first day. He was inaugurated today at noon. I want to talk about his speech a little bit. Now I have the transcript, and I just want to, I want to go over a few things. He said some stuff that I was like, okay, legit, and then he said some things where I was like, that's a backhanded smack to a lot of people, and you know he's talking about unity. But then he's talking about... Anyway, I'm going to go over it. I got the transcripts. Then I want to talk about his first day. All right, because he's done some things, made some changes already. We'll talk about it. I have a little bit of a list, and we'll go over it. All right, then I want to talk about the 1776 Commission, which is something that President Trump... Well, you know, once a president, always a president, so... President Trump put forward, and now President Biden is saying ixnay on the 1776A. And yeah, so he's getting rid of that. So we'll talk about that. Then we're going to talk about Dino buttholes. I know. look, I just wanted a little bit of humor in the day, and it's just something that I really wanted to talk about because it's hilarious. And I think we need to have a little bit of humor in our days. And yeah, hold on one second, please. Okay, just had to type that real quick. I didn't want to forget something. All right, look, before we get into things, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, but you can follow me on Locals, all right, adamcastirl.locals.com. I'm building a community there. It's pretty cool. You can, if for supporters of my Locals channel, I actually have, whenever there's interviews, like tomorrow, I have Eliza coming on the show. We're going to talk about some stuff, sex trafficking and how much of an issue it still is. She's a survivor of it herself. It's going to be a pretty intense interview, I'm thinking. And you know, if you subscribe to me on Locals, I'll have a questionnaire up if you want to ask any questions. So it'll kind of bypass the whole super chat thing. Of course, we'll still be doing super chats. You can also check out Crigler Coffee. A lot of people are wondering. I saw someone in chat saying, "But is it good? Is it good coffee?" And I'm like, yeah, it's good coffee. It's delicious coffee. Look at this. Crigler coffee. My goodness. It is delicious. I really like it. But you can also donate to me directly via my website, which is adamcrigler.net. You see it right here. I believe it's there. I can't see it. Yeah. It's right here. adamcrigler.net. Maybe I should change the text color. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You can donate to me directly, actually, via my PayPal or Bitcoin wallet. But I also have a physical mailbox that you can send me things. I did have a contest for a while, but I have all these stickers. I have thousands of stickers from my skate world, snowboarding. I used to be at work at a skate shop. Actually, I've worked at many skate shops in the past, and I'm kind of a sticker hoarder. I hoard a lot of stickers. I love stickers. But you know what? I want to share the wealth. Feel free to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll send you some stickers. I actually got to I have a couple bits of mail here. I need to send out some stickers, so I'm gonna get on that. But you should be getting some stickers. I sent out a big mass group of stickers recently. I also sent out my Catalyst board that was the gift or the prize of my contest that I had. So that should be getting out there soon. And you know, this is moving a little too slow. Let's get that UFO spinning, right? I mean, it's only fitting. All right, let's talk about Joe Biden becoming president. Well, he's the president, okay? None of those hashtags, all right? It's not going to change the fact that he is, in fact, the president. Okay. Well, you know, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to analyze and critique things that he does, of course, just as I do with most things like the media and other stuff. We're going to talk about it. This is from the Los Angeles Times. This is just a transcript of his speech, okay? Now, I'm not going to read this whole speech, all right? But he introduces himself. He says, today we celebrate the triumph of not a candidate, but a cause, the cause of democracy. We're a constitutional republic. They keep shoving this democracy down our throats. And you know what I think they're trying to do? They're trying to turn us into a full democracy, you know, because majority rules and minorities basically don't have a say anymore, which is kind of weird because it feels like the opposite of their whole agenda, or rather the people that they've convinced to support them. All right, well, moving on. We celebrate the triumph of, democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard. I mean, see that part already. The will of the people. I mean, depending on these forensic audits that still have yet to have happened. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll see. And the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again that democracy is precious, democracy is fragile, and at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. Down with the republic, I guess. So now on this hallowed ground, where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the... See, right off the bat, he's talking about this violent thing that the Capitol was going on. Joe Biden never condemned Antifa. He said that they were an idea. Even just the past few days, Black Lives Matter in New York were fighting with police officers. Police officers have been injured. So was it just back the blue when it was people on that supported Trump that were attacking? Attacking too, because they've already disproven. I talked about this yesterday. There was no attack on Capitol members. The House, Congress. There was no actual threats to anybody in any member of Congress. That was something that the media spun up, and then they disproved. Of course, they already got what they wanted. They wanted people angry and divided. So, but again, they're not letting it go. That's why he's saying, on this hallowed ground. Now it's hallowed ground. Goodness sakes. Violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation. We come together as one nation under God. He said the word. He said God. Not, go, the thing. Yeah, now it's okay. Now that he's actually president, he's going to revert back to, God. He swore on that big, thick, 120-something-year-old Bible that's been in the family forever. Anyway, keep going. Indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. Trump was saying a peaceful transfer of power. And that's what happened. So all 25,000 troops that were in there, what were they there for? Where were they getting these threats? Where were the threats coming from? I'm really curious because I didn't see anything that happened. Nothing happened. I'm not really surprised. Yeah. Let's see. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, we set our sights on a nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. That's a slap at Trump right there. That's a slap at Trump. He's thanking his predecessors of both parties for their presence there. So he was saying, only if you're here, I'm thanking my predecessors. So it's the backhanded smacks. I'm telling you, they're riddled throughout this. I thank them from the bottom of my heart, and I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation, as does President Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be here with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime of service. I've just taken a sacred oath. Each of these patriots have taken the oath first sworn by George Washington, but the American story. Oh, see, weren't they trying to cancel the founding fathers? I'll keep going though. But the American story depends not in any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people. Over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far, but we still have far to go. Far to go. What do we... Oh, right, because of systemic racism, right? And he actually goes and talks about it. I'm going to skip ahead a lot because this there's a bug in here. That's a pretty big guy. Anyway, I'm just going to skip ahead because this guy... He's ranting and raving about all sorts of stuff about unity, and here we go. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury, no progress, only exhausting outrage, no nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge, and unity is the path forward, and we must meet this moment as the United States of America. Look, every single time that he mentioned unity and peace, all I can think about is the fact that the media has spewed hate for years and years and years. They created the divide. Media did. The Democrats did. I met many Trump supporters. They were all very nice. And they were all different colors. They were just American patriots that love this country. Stop trying to lump in all of those, whatever, the violent people that everyone, the Proud Boys, they're violent. Okay, well, that's still a small group of people. That doesn't represent the 75 million Trump supporters that exist. This was a close election. It was close, all right? It wasn't a landslide. Democrats actually lost a bunch of seats in Congress. All right, sure, they gained the presidency and gained the Senate, whatever. They gained specific things, but it was still a close race. That still shows you that half of the country still believes on one side of things. So when he says without unity, there is no peace, you guys were the ones spreading this divide. He talks about how, like even earlier on, he said, well, this tragic hollowed ground that we stand on. Yeah, the woman got shot, but she shouldn't have been shot. She was just climbing. She was trying to climb through a window. She didn't need to get shot. These people weren't being violent. In fact, the person standing there instigating it was an instigator that was seen at Black Lives Matter riots and protests. And even they said, he's too extreme for us. He's an instigator. So they even booted him out. So he went there to instigate. He's on camera. It's his footage that people have been sharing around of her getting killed. And you can hear him say to the cops, we're going to go through. Come on, guys, let's go through. You guys, get out of the way, cops. We're going to go through no matter what you say. It's like he's instigating. He instigated that. That woman didn't need to get shot. It didn't need to be hollowed ground. But more importantly, stop mushing us all together. That reminds me of something I'm going to bring up later on. Actually, I'm just going to bring it up now. Let me find this. This is surprisingly from Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. Sorry, I don't know how to say that, but I was shocked. I'm leading the call for national security powers to not be expanded in light of the attack on our nation's capital that occurred 2 weeks ago, as such measures often lead to the erosion of Americans' civil liberties. Where have you been, Congresswoman Rashida? Isn't she? No, she's not part of the squad. Is she? Is she part of the squad? I'm not exactly sure if she's part of the squad or not, but I know she's definitely not on the conservative side of things. But for her to bust this out, I'm like, wow, That's exactly what we need. We need people to stand up for the fact that all in here. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's not this page. On one of these, I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's kind of lengthy. But she talks about how we can't lump in the few, even if it was 1,000 people that stormed the Capitol. All right, that's a lot. And I think that's way more than I think actually stormed the Capitol. All right? We can't lump all of those people together with the whole entire Trump base. As I said, okay, thank you. Chat is telling me she is part of the squad. All right, so here's one of the socialist squad defending American civil liberties. That's pretty, I was kind of shocked. I saw it and I was like, man, that's what we need. Stop lumping us all together. Not all of us are violent. You're being ridiculous. You're basically ramping up the ability for the government to slap on these authoritarian measures and control the people. When it was a small group of people that stormed the Capitol, that created hallowed ground. Anyway, going back to Joe's speech, one thing that caught my ear that is particularly worrisome for me. He said, I wrote it, I tweeted it out. I don't remember exactly verbatim. I'm just going to read my tweet because I tweeted it right when he said it. And I was like, what did he mean? Yeah. What did Joe Biden mean by saying the deadliest time of the virus has yet to come? Now, he said that. And he's said multiple times that the dark winter is coming. What does that mean? Don't we have a vaccine? Don't we have aren't we starting to get this under control? What do you mean the worst has yet to come? The deadliest time of the virus has yet to come. Does that mean you know something that we don't, Joe Biden? Or President Biden? Do you know something? Or are you going to warn us maybe? Or are you just going to say these fear clicks, littering it in your speech of hope? People were saying, I've seen someone say it was the best inauguration speech I've ever heard. And it's like, well, what does that mean though? How are you going to drop that line and not have people go, what did he just say? Did you just say the worst of the virus is yet to come? Because we've been locked down for almost an entire year now. Okay. It's been almost a full year. That's nuts. That's nuts. We got to open up our economy. Even Governor Cuomo is saying we need to open up the economy. Hey, Cuomo, by the way, that was Trump's idea. He's trying to act like, that wasn't Trump's idea. What are you talking about? No. Look, we got to open the economy up. If people are going to get vaccinated, vaccinate the older generations, the people that are at risk, okay? Younger generations don't need this. They need vitamin C. They need vitamin D. They need exercise. They need to be healthy so their bodies can naturally beat it. Period. And if you had the virus, doesn't that mean you have the antibodies naturally in your system? So you wouldn't need a vaccine. I read an article earlier today saying, well, now all these different airlines in different countries are going forward with the vaccine passport. I reported on this a month ago or two, and how Australia, one of Australia's airlines, going through with the vaccine passport. You can't go to Australia via this one airline, mind you, unless you prove you have a vaccine passport, that you've been inoculated against COVID-19. So what is a vaccine, right? It introduces a little bit, so your body creates the antibodies so that you have antibodies. So if you've had it, COVID-19, not the vaccine, don't you have the antibodies? Now, look, I'm not a doctor or anything, all right? So, but what I do know, and what I've read different reports from actual doctors, is that it's not a normal vaccine. It's an RNA vaccine, so it actually messes with your DNA. And there's reports, well, number one, people have already died from taking the vaccine. Granted, it's only a few people, but it's happened. And number two, I've read reports of people being sterilized. All right. Well, Snopes says, well, it doesn't actually make them sterile. It actually just, it stops women from being able to produce a placenta, which is vital to creating babies. What's the difference now? They don't have an answer. So look, Biden's speech, man, today was such an embarrassment. Gosh, the flags. Did you guys watch it? How many people out there watched it? You know, how many people actually watched it? I mean, I did and I didn't. I listened to his speech and I was just like, I can't believe I'm watching him act so virtuous. You know, that's the thing. They create this problem and then they say, now we're here to save the day. Don't worry. The day has been saved. I am here. No need to fear. By the way, fear. That's what it feels like. They created a divide, and then they realized, you know, they can now capitalize because they've blamed Trump on all of the divide, and now they're back. Wow. All right, I'm just going to relay. I'm watching chat. Nobody did. All right, I see a couple saying I did watch it, but so many people watching right now didn't watch the inauguration. And honestly, I don't blame you guys, because for the most part, half the country believes that it was fraudulent. You know, half the people believe that they actually did steal the election, which is nuts. I still think we need transparency. I still think we need to drop some laws. Like, look at Florida, right? Florida was, you know, they had issues. Look at 2000, the 2000 presidential race. You know, Al Gore thought he was president for 37 days. And then, you know, the Supreme Court came down and said, all right, you know, the counting's over. Well, Florida went ahead and overhauled their entire system. All right. They counted millions of votes. Election day, November 3rd. They were done. The whole state. Yep, it's Trump. We did it. We got this lockdown. We need that system everywhere. We needed the system everywhere that there's no more BS, no more midnight counting. You count till it's done. Every single person gets to watch the votes. It's ridiculous, and we need that. Oh, where am I? All right, let's talk about his first day as president, because he is, in fact, our president. I watched him get inaugurated. He's the president. All right. First thing he does, he signs executive actions on COVID, climate change, immigration, and more. Now, this is a long, drawn out list of all the things he does, but I actually have a really good little blip. Here it is. This is a perfect little image. Here we go. This is just a list of those things, smaller, so I can so you can see them all. All right. Stop border wall construction. Well, we got all those hundreds of thousands of people rushing the southern border. I don't know if you've seen what's going on. I mean, different troops are trying to stop them all from coming, but they are on their way. Well, they heard Biden said, well, we're going to make everyone a legal citizen. Who cares? Whatever. Anyone who's in the country, you're American now. So it's, that whole thing, that's ridiculous. End the Muslim travel ban. All right, well, so that whole thing, yeah, Trump said Muslims, but it was actually misrepresented even by himself, because he didn't really know how to be presidential when he was first elected president, just to be fair. And, he actually it was a travel ban on specific countries that were known to harbor terrorists, and there was terrorists. So Muslim ban is a bad word for it. He should just rename it something less controversial. Rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement. All right, so that whole thing, I looked into that, and I've actually known about this for a little while. We're actually on the forefront of conserving nature and going carbon neutral anyway. And, everyone hates fracking, but we actually have been moving in a direction of greener energy. And the Paris Climate Accords The reason why Trump left in the first place is because we were the only country adhering to the rules of the Paris Climate Agreement. No one else was. So we were paving the way, but everyone else was like, we don't care. We're not doing this. Or at least that's as far as I understand. End the Keystone XL pipeline and revoke oil and gas development at national wildlife monuments. All right, so, I'm kind of in this middle ground right here. Number one, I want to conserve the land. In fact, that's what conservatives are. They try to conserve the environment that they are in. I also don't want people to relinquish the powers to corporations that will just go overseas and screw over small countries where there's no regulations at all. Whereas we have regulations on all this stuff, and they can go elsewhere, have oil spills. Look into Shell and see what they've done to small countries in Africa and how the oil spills happen, and they don't even have to clean it up because there's no regulations. No one seems to care about that. They only care about when it's here. Okay? It's also going to end a lot of jobs. I wonder how many jobs are going to be lost to American citizens. And that, well, look at next. The next one is count non-citizens in the U.S. Census again. You know where that leads. But the problem with that is, where are these people going to work? There was such a negative dip in the jobs department, and people are looking for jobs. People need jobs. Now we have all these people rushing up from the southern borders, and even the people that are here, undocumented immigrants. Okay, the search for a job is going to continue. People are going to need jobs, and then everything's becoming automated. Even fast food restaurants. You walk in and you just order on a screen, and it goes to the back of the house. It's like even the simplest jobs are getting taken over by robots. Automation. Where are people going to work in the future? This is a problem. Number 6, rejoin the World Health Organization. Oh, great. Oh, man. Pretty sure China has something to do with that. Good. Dr. Anthony Fauci, will join a board meeting to deliver remarks on global health and COVID-19 pandemic. Great. Because he hasn't flip-flopped all year long. Masks are bad. Don't get masks. You don't need them. They don't work. Actually, masks are a must. We need them. Make up your mind. I don't have time to go into the flip-flops that guy's gone through. Oh, look. Speaking of masks, a 100-day masking challenge, a nationwide face mask and social distance mandate on federal buildings, lands, by federal employees and contractors. And also, by the way, federal highways are considered this. So interstates, you got to wear a mask now. That means cops can probably pull you over for not wearing a mask in your car on the interstate because it's federal land. Goodness sakes. Do masks work or don't they? Make up your mind. My goodness. Extend eviction and foreclosure moratoriums. You know what? I got nothing against that. I think we should. If they're going to keep our economy shut down, then people shouldn't, that makes sense. How about we open the economy up so people can actually work again? Continue pause on student loan payments until September 30th. Well, when are we going to open this economy up anyway? At least it's not expunge all student debt. Someone's got to pay for it. Number 10, defend Dreamers program for undocumented young Americans. What does that mean? Undocumented young Americans. Are they American if they're undocumented? What does that mean? I don't know what this Dreamers program is, but suspect. Change Trump's arrest priorities for immigration and customs enforcement. ICE? You mean MS-13? The actual criminals that they were arresting and booting out of the country? Because that's what they were doing. They love to make it seem like ICE was this terrorist organization through the government. They weren't. People were here illegally, and they're trying to make it legal, and it's ridiculous. Number 12, keep protections for a group of Liberians in the country. All right. I don't know what those protections are, but if they have them, hopefully they're a good thing. Restructure federal government coordination to the COVID-19 pandemic. Aren't we winding down on the whole COVID-19 thing? Probably not. It seems via his speech that we heard earlier today that the worst has yet to come. Goodness sakes, what's that going to mean? Actions to advance racial equity through the federal government. Every federal agency to review equity in their programs and actions and revoke Trump's harmful 1776 commission. All right, hard stop. Harmful 1776. Biden, you just mentioned George Washington in your speech, talking about how the forefathers and how this Constitution we need to maintain, and that's what the 1776 Commission was. I've got it right here. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, error, page not found. They straight up struck it from the website. The executive order that President Trump, executive order establishing President's Advisory 1776 Commission. Well, what is the 1776 Commission, you say? I got an article right here talking about it. And here we go. It's to promote patriotic education. And accused Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden and the New York Times of warping history. Trump said Democrats and the Times 1619 project, which has been proven to be false many times over. Even the person who came out with it said, yeah, it's don't ask me any more questions. Let's see. It's an inaccurate version of U.S. history by overemphasizing race, agreed, and legacy of slavery, which we beat. We don't have slavery anymore. And Democrats are the ones that are upping this rhetoric of race at all. Why? Why are they trying to keep us divided? Why are they trying to stoke emotions of people, convincing them that systemic racism exists? He said systemic racism multiple times in his speech today. All I can think is, you're the most racist congressperson, government employee I know. I've seen more racist things come out of Joe Biden's mouth than any other person that I know in life. He's the most racist person I know. Period. I don't know racists. I'll tell you what, though. I've seen and heard Joe Biden say some racist stuff. It's ridiculous. And he's trying to say, well, we don't want to teach how good America is, because that's what the 1776 Commission was. It was to introduce a classroom, program to talk about the founding fathers, to introduce what America is and how great this country is. What's wrong with that? Why are we trying to get rid of that? Well, it's on Joe Biden's docket, and he successfully did it. Strengthen the workplace discrimination protections against sexual orientation and gender identity. Full stop again. Because within 2 hours of this man becoming president, look at this. The White House website contact form now asks for your pronouns. She, her, he, him, they, them, other, prefer not to share. Also, the prefixes Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, Mix, MX. I don't even know how to say that, but I'm assuming this is if you don't have a gender, maybe non-binary. So they got right on that right away, instantaneous. I mean, we all saw who he is trying to put on as health secretary, right? It would be the first transgender woman to become for a Congress to appoint, I believe, is the first transgender person. Like, okay, weird. Are they actually qualified? Well, they're transgender. Well, are they qualified? It's the first transgender woman. In fact, Kamala Harris, I'm seeing all these things. Congratulations to Kamala Harris. She is the first woman VP. She's the first Indian, Asian, black woman VP. I was like, okay, well, what are her qualifications? Whoa. She's the first woman. Can we just congratulate her? Yeah, but is she qualified? She called her running mate racist and agreed with his accuser of sexual assault. And now they're VP and the president. Yeah, so do we believe all women? Do we not believe all women? Do we... what is going on in the world? You know, I just, this is ridiculous. So right off the bat, they're like, yep, we're going to change everything. Sexual orientation and gender identity should not be what defines your person or defines if you're worth the job or not. Gosh, it's ridiculous. Freezing last-minute Trump administration regulatory actions. Well, of course. Last minute? You mean all? You know Biden's going to try to shut down literally everything that Trump did because he was making it harder for the swamp to move in their swampiness. Come on. They're like, yo, can you bring the muck back in? It's getting a little dry. We need it more mucky. All right? I mean, look at what he's done, too. He's bringing back lobbyists, reinstating pretty much the Obama administration, which Obama made a joke in like 2015 or something. Maybe it was 2014. He was like, man, if I could just chill in the basement with my sweatpants on and have an earpiece, in whoever's in charge and just tell him what to say and what to do, I'd be a happy man. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm not saying that's the case. All right, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it. All right, the last one. Formulate executive branch ethics doctrine. God. President Biden wants every executive branch appointee to sign an ethics pledge. And the pledge commits federal employees to uphold the independence of the Department of Justice. What does that sound like? An ethics committee? Oh my gosh. What does it mean? This is getting ridiculous. That's all. That's what I'm seeing. It's getting ridiculous. Okay? They're changing the pronouns. They're changing all this stuff. After Unity speech, Biden plans to immediately reinstate taxpayer funding for abortions here and abroad. And abroad? What? So what? Our tax dollars are going to go for people abroad to have abortions? Where? What does that mean? Excuse me? All I think is people that are not being held accountable for their actions. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not against abortion, but I'm against people not being accountable for their actions and treating abortion as a go-to, like, yeah, I'll just do it, instead of actually having it weigh on them and realize there's consequences to being reckless, because that's what it is. You're being reckless. All right? Taxpayer funding. Why should the taxpayers, when at least half of the country is pro-life, they think it's murder? All right? So why are they paying for this? If you're going to be reckless and you should be held accountable for your actions, period. And that goes for many things, not just abortions. But Biden's like, yep, taxpayer funding, reinstitute it, because, I don't want, we need to curb population control, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he needs to feed his swamp friends. Oh my gosh. All right. Conspiracy. YouTube, don't get upset. That was a conspiracy. Granted, it was a bold conspiracy. I don't want to get in trouble. My goodness, because who knows, right? All right, look. Enough politics for the day, right? I want to talk about mind your ears, youngins out there. If there's youngins, this is just, I found this in my Discord. Somebody in my Discord posted this. Shout out to my Discord. They're great. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open up the Discord. You guys, do you guys want a Discord link? You want to join my Discord? I'm going to create a Discord link. I'm going to create the correct Discord link, by the way. This is going to be good for 1 day. All right. Let's do it for 1 day, shall we? All right. I'm going to drop the Discord link. All right. Come join my Discord. Shout out to my Discord. These guys are fantastic. Anyway, so dinosaur buttholes. Look, I read this article and I couldn't stop giggling because it is so obnoxious and funny, and I just couldn't help myself. Check this out. Scientists have described a dinosaur's butthole in exquisite detail. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It's just so funny. But look, it's true. They look at. I love that they've got this dinosaur like, oh look, it's the perfect butthole. Let's read this article, shall we? When a dog sives Psittacosaurus was living out its days on Earth, it was probably concerned with mating, eating, and not being killed by other dinosaurs. It would never even have crossed its mind that 120 million or so years later, scientists would be peering intensely up its clacker. Gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm having such a good time here. All right, I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I am. However, that's precisely what they have done, yielding the most detailed description yet of a non-avian dinosaur's cloaca. The catch-all hole used for peeing, pooping, mating, and laying eggs. That's right. It's the Swiss Army knife of buttholes, is common throughout the animal kingdom today. All birds, amphibians, reptiles, and even a few mammals possess a cloaca. But we know little about the cloacae of dinosaurs, including their anatomy, what they looked like, and how animals use them. I noticed the cloaca several years ago after we reconstructed the color patterns of this dinosaur using a remarkable fossil on display at the Senckenberg Museum in Germany, which clearly preserves its skin and color patterns, explained a paleobiologist, Jacob Vinther, of the University of Bristol in the UK. It took a long while before we got around to finish it off because no one has ever cared about comparing the exterior of cloacal openings of living animals, so it was largely uncharted territory. Okay. Swiss Army knife of buttholes. I'm sorry, I can't get over that one line. That's so funny. So this is what the team did. Comparing the fossilized cloaca to modern cloacae, their specimen is the only non-avian dinosaur fossil known to have a preserved cloaca. But due to the way fossils is positioned, the internal anatomy of this opening has not been preserved. Only the external vent is visible. The external vent. I'm sorry, I can't help but giggle. This means there was a lot of information the researchers couldn't gauge. We found the vent does look different in many different groups of tetrapods, but in most cases, it doesn't tell you much about the animal's sex, said anatomist and animal reproductive system expert Diane Kelly of the University of Massachusetts Amherst. These distinguishing features are tucked inside the cloaca, and unfortunately, they're not preserved in this fossil. Even so, the exterior anatomy could contain some pretty interesting clues as to some dinosaurs' cloacae looked like and how they were used. Although the dinosaur's cloaca is unlike any other known modern animal, the team was able to identify several features in common with the crocodilian reptiles, such as alligators and crocodiles and birds. There was a dorsal lobe that seemed similar to the cloacal protuberance seen in birds, a rounded swelling near the cloaca near breeding season, where the males store sperm, although, again, Without an internal anatomy, it's impossible to say for sure. Secondly, the cloaca had lateral lips on either side of the opening, much like those of the crocodilian. Unlike crocodilians, however, Psittacosaurus had them arranged in a V shape. Thus, the opening could have been slit-shaped. It also could have been round, like in birds. Are you dying over there? What is it? Cloaca? Whatever. I'm having fun with it. Nisha just poked her head and she's cracking up. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a good time. Okay, well look, here we go. Actually, this is the a nice image that you can compare the different parts of the cloaca, whatever. Other features, however, were also similar to crocodilians. The cloacal lips were covered in small overlapping scales and heavily pigmented with melanin. In crocodilians, these lobes function as musky scent glands that are used during social display, a function the researchers said that would be supported by the heavy pigmentation. As a paleo artist, it has been absolutely amazing to have an opportunity to reconstruct a dinosaur butthole. No, that's not what it says. I couldn't help myself. Reconstruct one of the last remaining features we didn't know anything about in dinosaurs. Incredible stuff. Oh, look, we actually have a nice chart comparing the cloacas of different mammals and reptiles today. We've got the turtles, crocodilians. There's the birds, cloacas. Oh my gosh. All right. For the lack of samples, this is very understudied region of dinosaur anatomy. For only by examining a wide range of dinosaur cloacae can we learn more about how they functioned in the social and reproductive lives of these ancient animals. No doubt other paleontologists will now be able to be on the lookout for fossilized buttholes. Sorry. To try to fill this gap in our understanding of dinosaur life, the research has been published in Current Biology. Man, that was tough to get through without laughing. My goodness, I had to look. I needed a break from politics, and somebody in my Discord. It was hilarious. These guys are fantastic. Thanks to the Discord for giving me this story, because I cracked up. I was dying laughing. My goodness. I'm going to give you guys another link to my Discord. Come join my Discord. My Discord's hilarious. Lots of cool people there. Someone just said, Adam, you're worse than a teenage boy. I regret absolutely nothing. I certainly enjoy my show. I'm going to be doing a lot more science things. Maybe talking about dinosaur buttholes. No, this is probably the lowest I'm gonna scoop. Man, I hope you guys got a good laugh out of that. All right, I'm gonna play some music because it's just been one of those days that maybe someone needs to laugh about talking about dinosaur buttholes, or hearing some music being played by one of your favorite artists. I got the guitar mic'd up this time. All right, so I asked chat before the show started. I was like, "What songs do you want to hear?" And there was two suggestions. One was "Freely," so I'm gonna play "Freely." It's one of my newer songs, and also "Melancholy Hellhound." So I'm gonna play that also. I got this awesome little flask from somebody in my house, Tiffany. She was actually on my show. You guys, you might know who she is. Just a little swig to wet the whistle before I sing. It always helps. All right, this is called "Freely." Hope you guys enjoy it. All right. Life sucks sometimes when you realize it's not so bad. Just move along. What choice do you have? You choose where your mind spends all its time. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When you find a smile, naturally, it's the magic, don't forget it. It'll help you see. In the dark, in the night, when you're trying to find your way and you've lost your sight. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. All right, that was Freely. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me. It is the first day of a new presidency, and that's all right. You know, it's not gonna stop us from, talking. Freedom of speech. Not if I can help it. I'm gonna keep talking about my thing. Tuggy just says, need to record this in a song for us. I am working on fine tuning it all. I'm definitely gonna be going. This next one is called Melancholy Hellhound. Just need a little bit more there. This song is a little more work on my throat. Well, I don't want your money. I just want some wine. Yeah, give me some of your honey. I promise I'll take my time. Oh, welcome to the heartache. It always feels the same. Yeah, well, I find myself growing senseless to the pain. Yeah, crawl to figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. I don't want your pity, and I don't want no lies. Yeah, life gets shitty, oh, and then you die. Oh, welcome to the heartache. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, it was like trudging through the muddy waters. Yeah, without faith. Yeah, you can stretch and crawl or figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. Oh, yeah, I still get that feeling, whoa, of judgmental eyes. Only difference being, it's just not worth my time. Yeah, 'cause I welcome all the heartache. Yeah, it brings tears to my eyes. Yeah, those tears remind me I'm alive. Oh, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. All right, that was called Melancholy Hellhound. Yeah, thank you for that. How much time have we got? It doesn't matter. I'm going to play another song. This is one of my newer songs. This is called The Forge. I love this one because I feel like it's very fitting for the day. Life is a forge, and you choose how it affects you. You are the hammer. Forge yourself into something stronger. Don't melt away. You fear what you don't understand and place blame on anyone you can besides yourself. You should be ashamed, 'cause you're responsible on how you handle change. Hold yourself accountable. You define who you are. You define who you are. You define who you are. Welcome to the forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burnt on the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. We must learn to live with our decisions. Life, call it what you will. It's a blessing and a curse, depending how you feel. Are you afraid of what they think? Are you here to entertain? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who you are? Welcome to the forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burnt on the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. We must learn to live with our decisions. All of them. We must move forward. Welcome to the forge. That is the Forge. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everybody. I still got a lot of people hanging out. Shout out to my Discord. I just see that we finally hit 2,000 people in my Discord. That's fantastic. I'm gonna drop another link. That's the link for the Discord. I just dropped it in there. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna play one more song before jumping into super chats. What song should I play? Actually, I did see a bunch of people asking for green tea. Where is my capo? There it is. All right. Thank you, everybody. I see a lot of people giving me compliments in the chat, and even Captain Plano saying I'm a rock star. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. You guys are fantastic. Play Chumbawamba. No, I'm not going to play Chumbawamba. That's ridiculous. I'm playing originals. All right. I'm going to play... I see someone just said play green tea. So I'm going to do that. That's a little... a very different type of music. This one's very, very... very chill. This one's called Green Tea. Green tea Sundays, impure breaking of the dawn, lazy morning, roll back over sleep till noon or the afternoon. Something's got a hold on me. Green tea Sundays, impure breaking of the law. I'm cloudy yet weightless, suppressing all those things I do, but I shouldn't do. Something's got a hold on me. You used to draw me pictures in the dark and erase them with a smiling face. Too bad all those dreams seem to fade away. Haunting green tea, impure breaking of my mind, the silent excuses. I know I sometimes lose control. That was the start of it all. Something's got a hold on me. You used to draw me pictures in the dark and erase them with a smiling face. Too bad all those dreams seem to fade away. All right, that was a little bit slower than all of the other songs that I played today, but my goodness. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to get into some super chats. I am on gigabit internet, so I don't really have to worry too much about stopping at 8, so I get to at least handle all my super chats moving forward. Just to let you know, I'm pretty excited about that. Mark G says, do you like making your razor blades rusty in rain barrels? Enjoy learning about the roaches and kids touching your leg hair? Then you probably can't handle Crigler Coffee Kofifi Blend. MAGA Brewed. Nice, Mark G. I see what you did there. You did a little smack towards Biden, a little prop towards Trump, and then also wrapping it all together in a beautiful Crigler coffee bundle. Very nice. Simping for Rita says, in light of the Dark Lord Sauron taking the ring back, you should cover It's the End of the World as We Know It. Oh, I did a cover on my 100th episode. I'll probably keep it that way. Maybe I'll do another cover episode eventually. Jason Dixon says, wait, not going to be here long. Where the F are you going? I do need to hurt, or do I need to hurt somebody? I'm comfortable with violence. Jason, calm down. No. When did I say that? Did I say that? Not going to be here long? No. I have no idea what I said, but I'm good. I'm not going anywhere. The Magnum Express says, YouTube put a notification on Tim's Patriot Party video today stating that Joe Biden is the U.S. president. The condescension is too dang high. Wow, really? Tim's Patriot Party video? Speaking of the Patriot Party, I mean, why don't we just take back the GOP? Wouldn't that be easier than starting a whole new system from the ground up? I don't know. We'll see. Brewmaster Monk says, the United States died today. We can't trust the elections. I really thought Trump would come in with the save. Yeah, a lot of people did. I'm not part of Q. I never was. I was friends with a lot of people that posted a lot of the Q stuff, and they were still there. There's people still believing that it's going to be a thing. Like somehow they needed Biden to be inaugurated to then seal the deal or something. I don't really understand the logic, but well, I guess it's all part of their plan. Jason Hayes says his speech sounded way better in Chinese. Jason, that's funny. Thank you for that jolly giggle. Javita, hey Adam, today's my 24th birthday, so in honor of that, I bequeath you my favorite content creator with some of my birthday wealth. Keep it up and remember, hashtag not my nursing home resident. Okay, that's a hashtag I can get behind. Also, happy birthday, Javita. Thank you for spreading the 24th birthday celebrations with me. By the way, this spin is specifically for you. I'm spinning it. Javita, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. Mark Robershaw, they have been bashing Trump supporters for 4 years. You think people would forget that and move on? No. There will be no unity with Biden as president. Yeah, and even if they really meant it, that speech wouldn't have been the same, because he basically was blaming Trump and Trump supporters for the non-unity, which is just ridiculous. Death Sick Sai says they push the word democracy because it points to Democrat, while Republic sounds too much like Republican. The Democrat equals good, Republican equals bad rhetoric. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that could be the thing, democracy, Democrat. Ridiculous. Death Proof says unity was a hive mind parody in Rick and Morty. Interesting. The man behind the screen. So many black pills today. We've weathered similar storms before. Take initiative. Improve your lives in small ways, grow food, get involved in state and local politics. These will impact on your lives more than federal politics will. The man behind the screen coming in strong. I appreciate that. That's what we need. It's interesting. I want to just you have been super chatting me from the beginning. Mark Robershaw, you as well. You got another one right here. He says, I laugh out loud when the news say Citizen Trump. Yeah, but they say, President Obama. It's like look, he's a president. He's always going to be president. Once a president, always a president. They've got president status for the rest of their lives. Okay. You know who I miss? Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, I hope he's doing good. I haven't seen him in a while. Shout out to Superman. He was a heavy supporter, and just hope he's doing well. Visidia says Disney is releasing exclusive Star Wars books in China. The stories are only populated by Chinese people. Disney actually invented an ethno-state in the Star Wars expanded universe for their Chinese overlords. Just wow. Are you serious, Visidius? Wow, that is insane. I'm going to drop the Discord link. Someone just asked for it. I just dropped the Discord link again in the chat. Let's see. Waste of Time says, Adam, I disagree with you. I will never stop saying Biden is not my president. He is not my president. I am Canadian. Oh, you got me there, buddy. You got me there. I got nothing. You got me. Mark Robertshad says, us Aussies don't get the vaccine until March. Well, but they're gonna lock it in and make sure everyone gets it. It's scary. XD Interactive says this is an mRNA retrovirus that trains your DNA to fight the spike protein, which is what causes the severe symptoms. You still get the virus, right? So so it trains the DNA. It trains it or manipulates the DNA. Is there a difference? I don't know if there's a difference, but we'll see. Sean Jack, so much uncovered. Whatever happened to justice for all? Yeah, they got rid of that part because they don't want justice for all. Mark Robershaw says, you have nothing to fear if you take the pill. Yeah, the blue pill. Josh and Jesus says, you see the military turn their backs to Biden? No, I didn't. I wasn't really paying much attention, I'll be honest. Mr. Squiggle says, I'm depressed. It feels like a family member passed away today. I'm curious to what Trump is going to do. What do you think Trump's going to do? What is his plan now, He's obviously he's going to do something with his life. Is he going to be retired? Is he going to, he's not going to give up on the American people. I feel like he's convinced everyone that he's some sort of champion and they believe him to be a champion. So, I don't know. We'll see. But don't be depressed, Mr. Squiggles. As the man behind the screen said earlier, improve your own life in small ways. Worry about your own food or your own life. Grow your own food. Get involved in your local politics because that's what's going to really affect your life, especially, focusing on improving your life yourself. The more you improve your own life, the more people around you get improved as well. It's just a domino effect. Try it out, Mr. Squiggles. St. Miles. Oh, and also, Mr. Squiggles, just recognize you're not alone. You're not by yourself. All right. Remember that. St. Miles says, well, Adam, if I get the vaccine or the virus, then I die. I will at least be able to look back at you and others and have a glass of scotch. Cheers, St. Miles. Cheers. DJ Zeno says, thanks for your energy, Adam. I hate to dampen the mood anymore, but my significant other left me, and I am currently being ghosted. There isn't an adjective to describe my agony. Can you tell me it'll be okay? Thank you all. DJ Zeno, it's interesting because right after Mr. Squiggles was talking about being depressed and, it felt like a family member passed away, there's almost no difference to how you feel, because it's like they passed away from you. And, you got to recognize that someone like that, if they're able to completely ghost you out of their life, they're not worth having in your life anyway. People that really, truly care about you, that really want the best for you, wouldn't do that. And, the only thing that you can do is focus on yourself and improve your own, little bubble that you live in. Everyone lives in their own little bubble, regardless of what you believe or not. Everyone's got their own little world. Improve that. Focus on your life and what you can do to make yourself good. Remember, you're you whether that person's with you or not. Maintain who you are, and you will find happiness again. Ozdog says Paris Agreement equals elite piggy bank and China wins. That makes sense. Mark Robershaw says Biden needs to step down in the name of equality. Yeah. Good luck with that. Holly Movie Star, these enticed by gun control use left's vocab to argue against it. Gun control is racist. First used to prevent black Americans from owning firearms. Good point. Every American is born with the right to own a gun. Red Mage 13 says Maricopa County in Arizona now releasing the voting information that Republicans were trying to get for auditing for a long time. Gee, no surprise that they wouldn't release it until now. Yeah, and just a little sample of it shows that it was more than a 10% margin of error. 10%. That's massive, and that's more than enough to swing the state. I read it just before the show started, so I couldn't do an episode on it, but maybe I'll do eventually. Mark Robichaud said, there are no oil spills. Shh. Yeah, right. Chef du jour says, demon crap party policy platform is F over Americans again. Yeah, basically. Veritax, Adam, enjoying your show tonight. I wonder what you would recommend for a starter brand of guitar and learning material. Love the show. Keep it up. Well, thank you for that. And as my advice for most things, figure out your budget. Go to a store and try different guitars in your budget. Find the one that is comfortable for you to play. Sometimes people like learning on an electric guitar, and an electric guitar is totally different. You also have to buy an amp, but it's easier to play on. A classical guitar, which is nylon strings, are also they're much easier to play. So maybe you should just try a bunch and find the one that fits you the best. Go to Guitar Center, Sam Ash, maybe find a smaller store. Sometimes they're a little more expensive, but supporting smaller businesses is pretty clutch. But awesome. Just get going. Mark Robichaud, actually forcing masks to be worn is a good thing. It helps hide all the sad faces so we can pretend to be happy country to be happy or else. Yeah, geez, frightening. Mark, again, Biden was told about the new strains about to drop. Yeah, the COVID-21. Watch it. Watch, a new strain comes out that, the vaccine doesn't work for. We got to lock down again indefinitely. Mark Robichaud says, with Biden as president, it's not hard to see that America is no longer great, so it makes sense that they will teach kids how terrible America is under Biden. Goodness sakes. And then Mark again says, she was born qualified. Yeah, right. Just because she was born, obviously talking about Kamala Harris. I'm not your buddy guy says, hopefully they've gone through with all the first. They will go back to merit system as there will be no point for the first something anymore. Good point. Yeah, okay, now everyone's had their fill. Can we go back to being a meritocracy? Because that's how we advance the best, being a meritocracy. Whoever earned the job should have the job, period. George D., so when is Creepy Joe going to release his taxes? Funny. Mark Robichaud says, all lives matter unless you're conservative. Yeah, that's a sad truth, isn't it? Uninspired Rambler, I'm a pipe fitters union, and the old dogs pushed to support Biden out of loyalty for Democrats. And on day one, he vows to stop the Keystone Pipeline, a massive project in an already slow job market. Ignorance. Exactly. How many jobs are going to be lost from all that? Preston Temay says, what I think is sad is that Biden gave ammunition to the anti-Semitic conspiracy. His cabinet picks are predominantly Jewish or of Jewish descent. Did he? I don't know much about that side of his of what Biden says. Mark Robichaud says, Rectumsaurus. Nice. Stephen, the first thing Hitler did was purge the military and government of non-loyalists. Biden and his Secretary of Defense want to do that by purging the military of racists, in quotes, which is code for conservative. Fascism is here. Even though aren't most of the military conservative anyway? I don't understand that. We're going to lose the military strength. Mark Robichaud says, did dinosaurs ask for consent? Connor Williams, hi Adam from England. You have inspired this 16-year-old to speak out, so thank you. I hope you are doing well. Thank you very much, Connor. That means a lot to me, so thank you. And I hope you continue to speak out, because it's people like you who are going to change the future. Mark Robichaud said, Musk. Nice. Nick Mast says, politics to dino holes. I hope you keep streaming, Adam. Stay chill, dude. Thank you very much for that hefty super chat, Nick. I really do appreciate that. And that's my show. You never know what you're going to get. Craig Wadding says, "Hi Adam, great new info tonight about old fossilized buttholes, dinosaur keisters, and Biden. You know, I try to give you the best information I can." John L says, "Dino booties are the reason I tune in every day. Out of curiosity, did you receive the credentials I sent 2 weeks ago? I love to chat history, politics, philosophy with you. $10 so Senpai notices me." John, are you the history teacher in New York State? I think so, if I recall correctly. This was a few weeks back. I can't believe I'm actually recalling this, but I think that's it. I don't know. I'll ask my my people to search the email to make sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. Mark Robershaw says, "Sing much better than Tim Tam. Adam #1. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. America Floats says, "Salty Army Barracks. America Floats. Check it out." Cool. Tune in, drop out says, "The Washington establishment has reasserted its ugly head. We need a third party, and it's going to take people from both the left and the right to be effective. We'll see. I don't know if it's the right move or if it's just gonna be drowned out, you know, like the Libertarian Party." White Lasagna says, "If you need a bassist to record your album, I will do it for free. I just need to be a thing already." I unfortunately have a bass player already. White Lasagna, thank you. He actually has been on my show and played it. He is the chat lovingly coined him the bionic bass player, and he actually really likes it a lot, so it's kind of cool. Connor Williams says, "Just wanted to say your singing rocks." Thank you, Connor, very much. I appreciate that. SBC Bates says, "Gotta donate for green tea. That song just put my 7-month-old to sleep instantly." Nice. All right. I'm assuming that's a good thing. Yeah. Definitely a good thing, right? Yeah, you wanted the 7-month-old sleeping. White Lasagna said, "Also, you probably don't want to take me up on that offer. I'm very out of practice, but you definitely get what you pay for." Nice. Thanks, White Lasagna. Appreciate you. Miniunt says, "Laser, Nitro, Ice, Blaze, Tower, Diamond, Lace, Gemini, American Gladiators." Nice. I know where your head's at, Miniunt. Miniumpton. I don't know whatever your name is. I think I say it differently every time. Dinnerman says, "Taking back the GOP would be easier, but it would be better to start a new party with honest people." That's a good point. Mark Robershaw says, "Thanks, Adam. Appreciate the love. Keep doing you, bro." I will. Thank you. Steven says, "Q is a psyop. Like Emmanuel Goldstein was used by Big Brother in 1984, Q is controlled opposition meant to sweep up and identify resistance. In the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap." Yep. Dinnermints, "It would be kind of cool if Trump started a multimedia company." Agreed. Yep. A Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, everything. Just, call it the Trump empire. Jack says, "Ni hao, ma. Sorry, just practicing for the inevitable now." Yeah, jeez. Fernando says, "Remember the homie DJT said the best is yet to come?" Yeah, what did he mean by that? I don't know. Facidia says, "I've been mulling this idea over. Is Q the Pizzagate to the man with the island no longer with us, as Pizzagate was to the leaked emails being thrown red herrings to distract us from the actual issues?" I don't know. Maybe. Mike versus Everyone said, "Appreciate everything you do, Adam. Started my own channel and made a video about you. Check it out if you can. Would love the support." Cool. I'm curious about as to what it is. But congrats. Keep doing it. Grant says, "All Biden videos on the White House YouTube channel have massive dislike ratios." Yeah, because the people are pissed. Zacchaeus and Brannigan Deeds, thank you for that super chat. Sebastian Monroe, "Now the left has to eat their president's failures." Jeez, I hope he doesn't fail too much, right? Full Metal American says, "Stay strong, brother." I will, thank you, and I like your name. That's cool. 3QH, the band, says, "Pro MAGA band building a studio for a MAGA army band. We will be supporting local artists to grow the message. PayPal link in description of vids." Cool. Good luck. Shun says, "The media's love for Biden is absurd. I can't believe how much they suck on Dems for money. It's amazing." I agree. It's ridiculous. John L. says, "In the military, the officer corps is majority Republican, but enlisted ranks lean Democrat slightly. And yes, I am a history professor from NYC." I knew it. Cool. I remembered that. And you know why? Because it's people like you that are the reason I do this show. Like, I cherish the chat. I love the chat. I really do. I love you guys, all of you, for hanging out with me. Daily, you guys come and support me. You guys are fantastic. Thank you all so much. I cannot stress how much I appreciate all of you. I'm never going to stop it. Never going to stop. Alex Jones says, you are the last true pro-Trump guy in the cast house? I was the only true pro-Trump guy in the cast house. Ever. No one. Who else was the true pro-Trump guy in this house? I was the only. Someone unseen says, don't turn on Trump, people. He did what he did against the corrupt establishment. Greetings from Oz. Patriots around the world. Right on, right on. Roust says, the best way for a third party to get in is to run as the appropriate party for a district, then flip once they are sworn in. Ah, sneaky, sneaky. Mark says, Trump with have a bigger mess to clean up in 2024. People do want him to run again. MPOW says, hey, Adam, thanks for all you do. Is America facing a crisis of generational control? Baby boomers versus Gen Y and early Gen Z? Like a fight with parents? Absolutely. And like Nancy Pelosi, she's 80. I mean, there's a lot of these people that are old. Look at Biden. He's been in office for 48 years. Everyone keeps saying 47. It's 48. It was 48 in October. All right? It's almost 49. All right? It's 48 years. And he's been nothing but racist. We'll see how much he changes. Dragon Hunt says, you should check out Horse Soldier by Corblund is a great song. All right. John L. says, hoping a president fails because you don't like their party is like hoping your house burns down because you don't like your wallpaper. Good point. Exactly. Like, I want President Biden to do well. Like, I don't want him to start wars. I'm going to be pissed if he starts wars. I'm going to be pissed if he sells us out to China. And you best believe I'm going to be talking about the things that he does if it's a detriment to the American people. For sure. Ollie Hands says, hey, Adam, any tips on songwriting workflow? Been experiencing a bit of writer's block lately and would appreciate any tips you have to offer. Much love, positive vibes, amen, and a woman. I see what you did there at the end there. You know, the best way to do it is to stop trying to come up with words and try to scat. You know what scatting is? Bop, 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 bop. You know, just like, obviously that was whatever. But if you have a song that you're working on, play the music and just hum. You know, and then turn the humming into, you know, laws, la, 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 la kind of thing, you know, whatever. And then your subconscious will start to create and draft words to fit the voids of the song, you know. And if you have an idea of what the song should be, most often times you'll find things will come out that fit the song. That's how I do it. Or I switch to a different song and try to like force my brain to stop thinking about the one that I'm stuck on. 3QH, the band, we produced a Salty Army song, The Salty Madness. Search our channel. We are writing a song about you, Soy Jesus, as well. We love your content. Awesome. Thank you, 3QH, the band. Nice. I appreciate that. Stephen LaFrance says, just made a site to track the deaths and cases for Trump and Biden. Check it out if you want. Trump versus Biden COVID-19. Goodness sakes. Mark Robershaw again says, does that mean all of these COVID deaths is now Biden's fault? I mean, that's what they seem to be doing. It's Trump's fault. No, they're going to blame Trump forever. Paper City Gamer Jeff says, do you think Biden will win the Nobel Peace Prize this month? Goodness sakes, I don't know. Who knows, right? What does that even mean anyway? Mark says, this, and sing from the heart, don't lie. I always do. Come on, you know it. All right, everybody. It is coincidentally 8 o'clock, which I'm on gigabit internet now, so it's okay, but I'm going to get off. Love you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. I will be back tomorrow at 6:30. I have a special guest tomorrow. Normally, Carlin joins me on Thursdays, but this Thursday, I'm going to be hosting Eliza Blue. She is a sex trafficking victim survivor. She has come out, and now she is a strong advocate and trying to shine a light more on it. So she's going to be on the show. She's going to come join me. She won't be in person, but we'll be doing my over the internet. So tune in tomorrow for that, 6:30 here on Adamcast IRL. Thank you all. Have a great night.